Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing what are you advised to do exactly to navigate through this Mercury retrograde. This Mercury retrograde will be in Taurus, that's the first house. It has to do with the self, also finances. You will find, before we talk about this specific Mercury retrograde, because every Mercury in retrograde is different in every sign. It's not exactly the same. But let me give you the dates. It already started on the 21st of April, and it will stay up until the 31st of May. No, my apologies. The 14th of May. Why did I say the 31st of May? Because there is a retrograde shadow and there's a post retrograde shadow, so you may have felt its effect starting from the 7th of April, and the post retrograde shadow, meaning that you will kind of feel its effect. That shadow will stay up until the 31st of May. So like I was saying, this retrograde is in Taurus. It's the first house. It has to do with the self, also finances. You will find it to be very slow, stubborn as well. But the interesting thing is that it's in conjunction to Uranus. So you might find some erratic energy. And so there is this time, this dichotomy of energies of slow and erratic. And so you might feel a little bit disoriented, but do note that if you learn how to navigate through it, what is the word called? Adopt the right strategies, you'll make the best use out of this time, and you will navigate through it to a great extent smoothly. This is exactly the reason I'm doing this reading for you today. I wanted to say something here. Yes, I wanted to mention that you will find with this dichotomy in energy that people will be very slow to make decisions. You can't push anyone or yourself during that time to make decisions. Things are slow, but at the same time there is erratic things popping up in people's lives. So that's the type of energy that you may feel, unexpected things arising. Unexpected things could be very positive, by the way, and you don't know, but you'll find yourself, maybe you can't take the decisions to adapt to these positive things. It could be expected things that could be challenging in the beginning. In all cases, learning how to navigate through these changes, slow moving energies, as well as the erratic things that could be happening, will help you move through this time peacefully. Or peacefully could be it, or at least calmly. So let's see how this translates into your reading today. This reading is, of course, with every pile specific to you, how you are advised to navigate through this time. Perhaps we'll get a peek into what may be happening if we're lucky. It depends on all what you're meant to be shown and how to navigate through it. All right, so, oh my God, it was 3:33 as soon as we said that. So let's see what your cards are for today. Are these three? Ooh, okay, let's take them. Right, so for pile number one, you have the peacock's tail. For pile number two, you have glass. And for pile number three, you have Mercury. So cool. All right. So if you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number one, you have the yellow Aventurine. For pile number two, you have the Dalmation Jasper. I like to take my time to show you the crystals because I know some of you, for some of you, it's very important for you to see it. For pile number three, you have the green Aventurine. I mean that you connect with crystals, energies, and it's important for you to see it. That's why I take my time to show it to you. All right, so take a look at which one of these 3 piles or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to. And that will probably be the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than 1 pile, maybe even all of the piles or all of the crystals, do trust your intuition. It's probably drawing you to watch or hear a message that could be very important for you and could make a huge difference, along with the other messages that you've heard, to help you navigate through this Mercury retrograde successfully in the best way possible. And as usual, once you've made up your mind and felt which pile or piles you're the most drawn to, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, welcome to your shuffling and pile preparation process. It is so lovely to have you here as we prepare for your piles. And as you know, today we're taking a look at what your advice is in order to navigate through the energy of this retrograde. Okay, so before we begin, let me introduce your cards to you. On the left are the oracle decks, and on the left are the oracle decks, and on the right are the tarot decks. And if you're interested in any of the decks that I use, do know that I always list them down in every video for you to check them out whenever you're called to it. Okay, so what are you advised to do exactly on how to navigate this Mercury in retrograde? How can you benefit from it? How can you make the best use of it? And how can you navigate it peacefully as much as possible? All right. There you go. All right. Now let's pick up your next tarot deck. Oh. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. 1, 2, and 3. I also feel this one. 1, 2, and 3. One, two's already. 3, 1. I feel the sun is moving. Okay. And the last deck. What are you advised to do exactly to navigate in the right way for you in this Mercury retrograde. Oh, this one's moving. It's not this one, okay. This one. Okay, so the 3 piles for today's reading are now ready. Let's pick them up. And that is pile number 1. Let's keep it right there. Yeah. They're slippery today. Okay, so that's pile number 1 with the yellow Aventurine. Pile number 2. Right there. And we'll carefully put the main card on top because the last pile was a bit slippery, so I think this would be the best way. So that's pile number 2 with the Dalmation Jasper. And pile number 3. The main card up top. There we go. With the green Aventurine. So, my dear soul family, your 3 piles for today's reading are now ready. Cannot wait to begin your reading. Very interesting. Cannot wait to see what's going to come up for you guys. And forgot to tell you the most important thing. Love you guys. And let's get straight into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful yellow Aventurine, as well as this beautiful card, the Peacock's tail. So beautiful. Let's see how this fits into your reading today. And as you know, we're taking a look at your advice on how to navigate your exact advice on how to navigate this energy of Mercury retrograde. Not speaking properly. This is your advice on how to exactly navigate this Mercury retrograde. Right. So you have a change in the wind. How interesting. So you are expecting many changes to be happening for you during this Mercury retrograde. In fact, I did notice something here with the peacock tail, but I think I need a clearer perspective. So let's wait until we see the rest of your cards. Whoa, so you have protection. All right. Okay, that's good. You have pause for reflection. Gosh, it's all over the place and I'm not surprised. You know, this protection seems like this Taurus energy, and this Mercury retrograde in Taurus is a time where things are going to go slow. And actually the advice is to take things slowly, to, navigate this energy slowly. But then you have here the peacock's tail and a change in the wind, and you can see that dichotomy and energy of the Taurus energy, as well as the conjunction in Uranus, which is erratic. So that's very apparent in your reading here. All right, so let's check out the rest of your cards before we start seeing what's going on and what your advice is. So you have the Six of Wands, beautiful card to have in a time like that. So happy for you, pile number one. That's really, really cool. You have, talk about navigation here. Oh, talk about navigation again. You have the Temperance card. You have, ooh la la, the High Priestess. Okay. Big energies, the Temperance and the High Priestess together. Wow. You have a Four of Pentacles. You have the Five of Wands. Gosh, the peaceful energy and the erratic energy is all over your reading. You have the Fool card. Lovely. You have the Muse of Voices. This is the King of Swords. And you have, these to me, from afar, look like two seashells. These, the way the dresses are moving. And you have the Empress. All right, so one thing's very clear here. Although there are a lot of changes happening in your life at the moment with this Mercury retrograde. It's funny. You might be thinking, my goodness, all the things that are going to start arising in your life, you're going to be thinking, did it have to arise now? I mean, in Mercury retrograde, and you may be even worried and afraid when these things pop up into your life, because they are wonderful changes coming, by the way. You might be thinking, did these things have to start now? And it's going to start on, I would say, a rocky ground, but you're going to be very stable. In fact, your advice is, with all the necessary, I heard in my mind necessary, with all the necessary changes that are going to be happening, these are positive, beautiful changes that are happening for you. You would have wished they have started in a quieter time, but you can achieve that. See, this is your advice, my dear pile number one. Yes, they are being presented chaotically. Like, for example, let's say you're very lucky and you inherit like a nice real estate or something. Or let's say you're very lucky and you get a huge bonus, or you get an amazing job opportunity. And with the airplane here, maybe you're getting an amazing traveling opportunity. And with that beautiful blessing popping up, it's requiring so many things from you. You know, perhaps you have your lawyer calling you and telling you you have to be careful, you have to present these papers, or the company's lawyers calling you, did you get this, did you do that, oh, you don't have these papers, how are you expecting to do this and that without these papers? Or if you're applying for travel, like we just heard, they're requiring so many things from you, and it's so scary energy, although it's related to many blessings. And you're quite lucky, my dear pile number one, honestly, to have beautiful things beginning in this period, because many people are afraid during Mercury retrograde to be facing difficulties and misfortunes. But to you, really, I see it a wonderful thing, that you are going to be getting blessings. And you're meant to get these blessings this way, because I see this Mercury retrograde coming in to teach you two things. First, you are going to learn the multi-layer to something new that you're entering in. So you get firsthand to understand different perspective, because with the peacock tail, you know, in alchemy, in an alchemist's journey, the peacock tail is quite significant, because it shows the alchemist's journey of going through a journey or understanding of something that is one perspective, to seeing the multi perspective to something, seeing the different dimensions to it. That is going to prove very useful for you moving on. For example, let's say you get a free membership in a gym, but you have to begin right away. For example, just for the sake of the example, it's an expensive gym that is full of professionals, and you get that once in a lifetime opportunity to get all of that for free. And you even have like an amazing, is it called coach? Yeah, I believe coach, that will help you reach your body goals. That is amazing, you know? But then this coach is now requiring so many things from you. They're asking you to eat in a healthy way that's maybe difficult for you in the beginning. They're asking you to do exercises that burn and hurt. They ask you to do this. They want you to wake up early if you really want to achieve these goals. They ask so many things that may feel like, did I do the right thing? Am I ready for all of that? And then later on, you not only start watching yourself, realizing the goals that you've always wanted to achieve, you start feeling proud of yourself for getting the hang out of this energy. You start to see results in your life. But the multi-layer that I wanted to talk about here is that you're learning so many things that are useful to you, not just to the muscles you wanted to build. Now that you're fixing your diet, maybe you realize your skin is getting smoother, and maybe you realize that the things that used to make it harder to exercise, the food that what used to make it harder for you to exercise is no longer there. You're eating healthier. You feel healthier and stronger every day. You've learned so much about nutrition, the faux and the faux pas. I know everyone has a different perspective on that, but you know what I mean. At least you know what's wrong. You got a lot of education through it. You've learned how to, your mental health. You've learned a lot about mental health through this journey as well. So as you can see, as you're being pushed to do these, face these many challenges coming with the great change and the great blessing coming in, or many blessings perhaps as well, you will learn many different things, perhaps not even related to the main blessing, because of the challenges that arise. Okay, so I do have an amazing advice for you with regards to your exact situation. The things that you're going to be seeing coming up are not only the things that will be showing up. In fact, with the High Priestess, I see here energy being prepared. There is even more that you're not expecting coming up in your life. Perhaps later after the Mercury Retrograde in Taurus. But if you think that's a lot, and that's a lot in terms of how lucky you are in terms of blessings and a lot in terms of challenges, boy, you have no idea what's going to be coming next, because there's even more of that. I see with the Muse of Voices, with the King of Swords, there are universal plans, or more plans that are being prepared for you. You're going to be seeing more. You're going to be seeing more of both of these energies, of many blessings to come. And with the blessings come a lot of things to learn how to handle. And so expect more. And so this Mercury in retrograde is teaching you an important lesson that will help you be able to manage the big blessings coming up for you in a much better and much fortunate way. And so your advice, and that's the point that I wanted to come to, your advice in order to deal with this Mercury retrograde in the best way possible, my dear pile, number one is to take it slowly. I really see here with the Temperance card, although the energy is quick and it's challenging and it's requiring you to do a lot, I'm seeing with the Four of Pentacles, hold your energy. Don't keep it as a valuable commodity, and choose to spare it wisely. Use it sparingly, meaning make sure that you go through life during that time tranquilly and calmly. Everything is going to be okay in the end, and you are going to face these challenges anyway, and they are meant to be yours. That's why the first card that you get is the Six of Wands, meaning that you're going to be victorious. That's what we're seeing here. You're going to be victorious. You're going to be greatly protected. I see so much power in this protection card. It's like locked there for you. The things that you're supposed to get, you are meant to take, and nobody and nothing can take that from you. So consider it done. And with that, realize that the best thing to do is to focus on these challenges with a lot of grace towards yourself and tranquility. Because if you think perhaps you have to rush in order to make it happen, you may be wrong. Because it is only when you are doing things tranquilly and calmly that you think the best. So you may not be doing yourself a good service, or you may be doing yourself a disservice by thinking that you have to match the chaotic energy in order to fulfill it. But your biggest advice is to give it balance by going through it tranquilly, with calm. Take your time to take a look at what's needed, and don't put yourself in that type of stress. With the Empress card, you can really see here, take care of yourself. That's the most important thing during this Mercury retrograde. Because if you get the hang out of this energy, you reach your Empress energy, and you'll be able to, moving on, be creative, be strong, stand on your own 2 feet, feel like you have control over the situation and not the other way around, where the situation has control over you. And you'll be able to go about your new journeys. I'm hearing an S, with a lot of grace and a lot of control. And that's the only way you can benefit and enjoy the blessings coming out of this situation. And so do realize here that the best control is release. What does that mean? This means to do what is necessary as much as you can, but don't be afraid of losing anything. Just let the energy flow. Do the best that you can, but at the same time, don't be too attached to it. Let it navigate and flow the way it's supposed to be, all while with the King of Swords being on top of your list, making sure that you follow your plans. But what does it mean to be graceful when you're committed and following a list? This means that you're doing your very best. And if something falls without meaning to, you're not going to panic about it. You're going to let it go and know that everything is for a reason. And then quietly replan again what you're going to be doing about it. If along the way something doesn't work out as per planned, know that it's universally planned to go this way, and don't worry. Take it slowly and be graceful on yourself. With everything that's going on, the biggest advice is actually to take care of you. And it's not about taking care of the blessings, because the blessings are going to be taking care of themselves, so long as you're taking care of you and making sure that that you're doing as much as you can and as in the best way possible what needs to get done. But if along the way it doesn't work out exactly as planned, be graceful, let it go, replan, and move on. If you find yourself going, oh my God, I didn't do this, and you start getting into that energy, know that you're starting to match the chaotic or erratic energy that is there, meant to challenge you or to teach you to handle things in a calm way. So once you see yourself going, oh no, this didn't happen, this didn't work, tell yourself to calm down in the kindest way possible, and to deal with the outside world as well as yourself calmly. And that is the biggest advice on how to navigate this coming Mercury in retrograde in the best way possible. You'll find yourself very peaceful. You'll find yourself dealing with rather challenging things that would have scared you in the past, but you're dealing with them with a lot of discipline, but with a lot of tranquility. And once you master this, we see the Empress here, you'll be taking this energy with you to deal with even bigger blessings that are about to come. If you thought this was challenging, and I'm really not laughing at the future challenges at all. I'm so happy for you, first of all, that there are so many blessings to come. But I just want to tell you that there's so much. Here is the amazing thing, that a little bit of it seems very challenging. But when you get the hang out of it, a huge part of it means nothing, because perhaps you would have had a system by then, you would know exactly what to do, and maybe you'd even be calm and laugh in its face because you know how to handle these things now. So, my dear pile number 1, carry these new challenges on your back gracefully as you tranquilly cross to the other side of enjoying your blessings. If you do that, like I mentioned, you during your Mercury retrograde and after your Mercury retrograde, you're gonna enjoy the blessings that come with it. And if you don't know what I mean by that, you know how when some people say, I always waited to have that wealth or that home or to experience that, and once I did, I was too stressed and I didn't even enjoy it. Here, your advice is, in order to enjoy the blessings that are coming, stay calm so that not only do you could handle these things well, but you can finally enjoy the amazing things that are coming with that. Now, remember, in the beginning when I said, look at all these planets. I'm sorry. I'll go back to that. These look like 2 shells. And this protection card looks like there are 2 things that are locked here in place. So, in this specific Mercury retrograde, this gives me an understanding that 2 new beginnings with the Fool card are about to arise for you. These are 2 big blessings. I don't know what they are, because shells, they represent hiding or protection for something. And look at that. So, you're not meant, in my opinion, looking at this reading so far, to know yet what these 2 big blessings are. You might have an idea, because with the popped up heads here, you might have an idea. But even if you have an idea, you have no idea what more entails with these 2 big blessings coming up. These 2 blessings are going to have a big effect in the trajectory of something. That's what I heard in my mind, in the trajectory of something. Let me reflect on that. I will also say that you don't know about this, but during the pink moon that happened this month, the full pink moon, something started. Something started to manifest, something started working, or maybe something started that you may not even know about at all. But you will be discovering 2 things during this Mercury retrograde. Oh, the dog is there. How cute. Maybe you have a loyal friend with you. That was just an observation. I had to say it since I saw it. But anyways, maybe you have a loyal friend in this journey or something. Point being is, something has started during this full pink moon, and you're going to start seeing its full effect now, finally, in this Mercury retrograde. Something is on the 12th that could be also very significant. 12th of May might arise fully, perhaps, by the 12th of May. But these 2 things that are coming up in your life, they're going to change either the trajectory of one area of your life, maybe 2, who knows, maybe your whole life ahead. But this is a big time for you. The changes in astrology, or the changes in the heavenly bodies, do have at this point of time a great effect on you. It always does, but maybe your alignment in your chart, so you may be affected more than others. But my dear pile number 1, this is Taurus energy. It seems to me that you will be very blessed in areas like finances. You'll be very blessed in areas like material things, nice home as well, Taurus. What else? Love, relationships. Venusian energy. Perhaps even how you look, because look at this pink hair. Maybe you're going to be evolving, taking good care of yourself. There are many changes to come for you in terms of your material world. And I believe you are going to be very happy at this time of your life. But along with this happiness, there comes responsibilities and your biggest advice. And perhaps Mercury in retrograde is here to help you train to enjoy these blessings rather than feel saddened by them. And it's teaching you the lesson of tranquility. This is exactly what I see for you, my dear pile number 1. I wish you the best from my heart. May you always be blessed. This was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Remember, I just heard something and I have to say it. Something that you think initially is going to be useful one way, or many things, these blessings coming up. You think it's going to be useful in one way, and it will turn out to not just be useful there, but in so many other ways that you cannot even begin to imagine. It's going to be a prosperous time for you. Pile number 1, please don't forget to check out my 2 productivity books that could truly help you out navigate through these times. The Productivity Handbook teaches you how to become a productive person right away and talk about tranquility. This book teaches you techniques that can help you tackle even the most intimidating tasks calmly. It teaches you techniques that help you take a look at productivity in such a brilliant way that you haven't done before. It teaches you how to maneuver through it. And the techniques have been used by successful people around the world. What I can say about it is that it will really open up your mind to how you can become productive in a creative and successful way. It will really open up your mind how to be a productive person in the best way possible. Also, it opens up your mind to the healthy way of doing productivity, because productivity is not meant to be a journey that is suffered. Otherwise, you're going to drop it. It's a journey that is meant to be enjoyable. And so it teaches you how to go through it without, like, for example, waiting for things like motivation. Motivation is an emotion that comes and goes. You can't depend on it. If it's there, that's wonderful. If it's not, it teaches you how to enjoy being productive nevertheless, and to go about your day doing what is necessary for your growth and improvement in order to manifest the things that are important to you, the goals that you set because they mean the world to you. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find the link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook, so you can enjoy listening to it as well if you love listening to your books. And while you're there, you might also want to check out the Productivity e-cookbook. It was equally done from the heart, making sure you benefit from it. I've partnered with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in to bring out 210 recipes that are healthy and delicious and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. And if you're vegan, there is a vegan version. If not, there are no duplicates, and perhaps you want to check both out. You'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to cook in a matter of minutes for the rest of the year, maybe even the rest of your life. So check it out if you're interested. You'll also find a link to that down in the description box. And my dear pile number 1, this was such a cool pile. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Dalmation Jasper, as well as this beautiful card with glass. Let's see how this fits into your reading. And as you know, we're taking a look at what you are advised to do exactly to navigate through this Mercury in retrograde. Okay, so let's take a look at your oracle cards first. Right, so you have higher power. Such a beautiful and very favorable card to have during a time like that. I love this for you, my dear pile number 2. Right, higher power. And you know what's interesting? The camera wasn't really focusing. And I was trying to make it focus so you can see your card. And you have glass here. Glass is about seeing, but it's also about focus, to focus on something. You see things are blurred out here, and you can really see that you through this circle everything is focused as opposed to blurred. So I believe that's going to be part of your message, but first let's see the full message so we know exactly what your advice is and what's going to happen and how you're advised to navigate it. You have unleash your passion. How cool is that? Okay. Unleash your passion in Mercury retrograde. Cool. Okay. All right. We'll see why. And you have cleanse. Okay. Again, I'm seeing something being clearer here as opposed to this half. Okay. And this also reminds me of a glass being half full. Imagine this rectangle being the glass, and this would be half full. Okay. So, my dear pile number 2, you have the Lover's card. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Very focused there for sure. Oh, this one first. Okay. That's the 8 of Swords. The King of Swords. I feel this one first again, so I'm going to take it. The 3 of Cups. Oh, we keep... Did you notice we keep taking the second one before the first? That must be part of your message. You have the Page of Cups. The 8 of Cups. And you have finally... Ooh, the King of Wands. Okay. 2 kings here towards the end. So this could be a journey towards something strong. Especially that the 8 of Cups is moving towards the kings. Okay. So what do we see here? So the first thing I'm noticing are all these circles. The circle in the glass, the circle in the cleanse here. Does this look like a lunar eclipse? Let me check. I know that there is an eclipse in May. Hold on. Guys, there is in fact a lunar eclipse in May on the 5th of May. So interesting. Oh my God, is this telling you that something is happening around that time? With this 8 of Cups, is there a strong move? Yeah, a strong move forward. You're leaving something maybe behind and moving to something stronger. It could even be you from the Page to the King. Remember, these two were supposed to come after each other, but this was interrupted. Hold on, hold up. This is a reading about you. This is a reading about you, my dear pile number 2. So, oh, I'm so sorry. I just keep getting surprised. Look, again, we have the sun and the moon. Another circle. This is definitely eclipsing. So I see here that especially around the lunar eclipse, translating these energies to you, especially for you, my dear pile number 2. There is a strong shift happening on your personal growth and personal power. And something within you is activating during this lunar eclipse. Let me check in which sign this lunar eclipse in. Hold on. In Scorpio. This is right. Deep changes within you. And I'm not surprised. It seems with the Eight of Swords, there was like something challenging that you were trying to grow out of. It seems now there is something that you're trying to grow in. You know, this could be in personal growth. Things like you're building stronger power. You're building stronger confidence. You are learning to overcome the desires and the temptations that used to bring you down. Self-belief, self-love. Something big in this area that used to hold you down is changing within you magnificently. And that's why you have unleashed your passion. Some power is being unleashed. Perhaps for some of you, this could be literal, like you feel like you want to bring your creativity out into the world. That's happening. And so the cleanse now makes a lot of sense with the glass half full. Cleanse means a cleanse of perhaps negative beliefs that used to hold you down, a cleanse in karma, a cleanse in energy that used to hold you down. And I see the glass is half full now for you, meaning things are looking very positive. And I see with the Page of Cups, you've already started this journey. You're trying to learn maybe self-love, confidence, how to believe in yourself, how to be powerful, because look at that. King of Wands. The energies that I see, what am I seeing? I'm seeing self-love. The King of Swords and unleash your passion. I'm seeing being more confident about your creativity and more disciplined with the King of Swords. King of Wands shows a lot of personal power and being able to set strong boundaries and stand up for yourself and show your power overall. All of this is being unleashed. It could also be something else that I'm not seeing, but see, these two are unleashing. Here we see the unleashing of power. Here we see the unleashing of presenting who you are, the way you want to present yourself shamelessly. That is amazing. You think so yeah, that's the positive part that we're seeing here. I just got carried away with this amazing energy of how this Mercury retrograde is actually helping you learn things with the Knight of Pentacles. Because I know the Knight of Pentacles is about doing things in a steady way. It's a steadfast energy, you know, slowly but surely. Here, though, I see the Knight of Pentacles taking notes, being very focused. And that's what I noticed with this glass from the very beginning. So let's get now into the glass, into focusing and the presence of higher power in your reading. First off, with all of this water, I see you in the water. The water. It's going to be, I'm not going to lie to you, it's going to be an emotional time for you. But in the best way possible, because all of these emotions are bringing up your power very quickly in a short span of time. Because eclipses, they have strong energies. They can, what's the word? Exasperate and expedite something, where you notice that although it went up very quickly and it was very emotional, but it finished in a short span of time. An example of that energy, let's say you always wanted to be a public speaker, for example. or you wanted to bring out your creativity into the world. And if had you stayed 20 years talking yourself into it, you would have perhaps taken tiny steps here and there. Now, let's say a friend of yours is like, you know what? You're amazing. I know people are going to clap when you present your brilliant idea. I'm tired of this. And they push you into stage, right? That's mean. I confirm that's absolutely mean. But let's observe this situation together. You're pushed into the stage and you have a brilliant idea. Although you shiver in the beginning, it's all time emotional, you're scared, you summon up your courage a little bit and you talk about your idea. Everyone can see you're shivering, everyone can see you're not comfortable, but you are saying your ideas anyways. People listen to this brilliant idea and they all gasp and they go, oh, and everyone's like, wow. They clap for you, they cheer for you, they ask you questions, they interact with you, and suddenly you start feeling little by little that you're so comfortable on stage. You are now able to express your ideas in a much clearer way now that you're not afraid of half of the things you used to be afraid of. You're feeling more confident. People are clapping for you. They're encouraging you. They love what you have to offer. And now that you've seen for yourself that you're able to stand on a stage and talk and be accepted, and that magical feeling that you could have as you present an idea to people who need it and love it, and they in turn appreciate you for it, and that you realize that half of the things that you were afraid of is not even there. It is like a moment of fright that took 20 years off of you. Because if you had talked to yourself over these 20 years to do that, you may not even have done it. And so that's the energy that I'm seeing being translated. I'm not saying, of course, you're going to be pushed into a stage, but you know what I mean. I'm saying that you may be a little bit challenged during this Mercury retrograde to do something that you are not comfortable with at all. Or something is going to happen to you that you may not initially like. I see it's going to be emotional. Some of you may be crying. Some of you may be saying, why is this happening to me? I don't like that. I see you refusing this energy. But this energy is taking from your personal power and personal growth and moving forward in your future. I'm hearing 20 years in my mind. I don't know why. Maybe because I used it in the example. Maybe it's meant to come out. But it's taking off of you years of trials and tribulations and not making it and feeling even more frustrated. You know, it's that little pinch of a few minutes of sadness or a few minutes of stress resulting to this energy being over with in your life. And so, looking at your energy now, my dear pile number 2, although there is a lot of emotions during that time, and I will tell you some advice that I'm seeing with these emotions, I see with the higher power, it's sort of like an interference from a higher power, like from the universe, from source, pushing you towards something you're not comfortable with, you're not happy with, you would never do it if it was up to you. And so there's a little bit of sadness in the beginning. But it's like with the Three of Cups, it's collaboration. It's actually help. Help for you to grow emotionally with the cups. And it's pushing you, like I mentioned, in such a strong way to finally towards your personal power. It's like, you know how when we, like with a baby, and parents see like a part of their legs being inflamed and they're trying to clean it out for the baby and put the medicine, and the baby is screaming. It feels for the moment that the parents are trying to harm it, like it stings, it hurts, and it goes, ah, you know, intense time for this baby. But once you clean it, put the medicine, and the mother takes the baby, cuddles it and kisses it and, calms it down. And then the medicine starts working. The baby realizes that it was perhaps for the best, because what happened here relieved its pain from its leg slowly but surely. And the baby's actually feeling really happy and is being pampered and kissed. And they're no longer feeling that hurt and pain that they were going through. And that's exactly the energy that I'm seeing here for your reading. This energy is forcing you to unleash some sort of strong power within you. And I'm seeing a higher power interfering, because with the self-love here, with the Lover's card, this is kind of not fair. You know why? Because you're feeling stuck. And how can someone who has that type of power within them be the very people feeling stuck? So that feels incredibly unfair I'm doing this reading for you. Even I'm feeling feelings of a little bit of anger towards that type of unfairness. So if you have that type of power, why would you be stuck like that? And so that's why you're getting a push. You're not getting a push. Maybe someone else wouldn't respond this way towards a little push like that if they didn't have that type of power within them. And so here, I see you're going to love the growth and the evolution, especially that it's in Scorpio. Great, deep, strong evolution happening and strong power with Scorpio coming up. It's like you can't see, exactly as this Eight of Swords depicts. You're evergreen. You are full of power. You just don't know it. And it's like that push towards your power, gentle push towards your power. It's like, if we leave you like that, you're not going to go there and you're not going to see it. Although you have it, it's like, it's right there. And so there's a gentle push for you to go, hey, I have this internal power. That's exactly what I'm seeing here. And so mark my words. And I'm saying mark my words because I heard it in my mind. By the lunar eclipse, perhaps even the next day, you will see a new type of evolved form of yourself. You're going to be very strong. You're going to unleash something with this strength. Maybe unleash your confidence, unleash your creativity, unleash your power, unleash something that you wanted to begin. And you're going to feel so proud of yourself. So let's talk about your advice. Now that we can see exactly what's going on here clearly, perhaps that's what the reading was trying to tell you. But with the focus here, let's now focus on what your advice is on how to navigate this Mercury in retrograde. Once you find yourself getting very emotional, know that you are on the brinks of meeting your future self on the other side. You're about to become your future self with this type of great strength. This type of great strength, we'll talk about it in a second, but I'm seeing a very powerful being. I don't think I've done justice here to talk about what's going to happen, which I will in a couple of seconds after we finish taking a look at your main advice. And so your advice is very simple. Your advice is saying, as you're crying, you know how when we cry, we don't see things get blurry? And so when we're emotional, we don't think of situations in a clear way. Your advice to navigate through that is to realize that these things, at least now, are happening for a very specific reason. It's happening from a higher power. And so, since it's not chaotic, it's not haphazard is the word I'm looking for. It's happening for a reason. And so with the Knight of Pentacles, take things slow and take note of what these things are showing you. This will be the key to navigate through this time and for you to reach to the other side. The notes you are meant to take are things like, why did I react the way that I have? What am I not seeing in this situation? And what am I seeing and ignoring? And how to bring these two elements together to find myself and to see a clearer picture of what's going on the outside. Meaning, what am I ignoring about this situation? If it's repetitive, what do I keep ignoring about this situation whenever it happens to me? If it keeps repeating itself, then it's meant to show me something that I'm not seeing. And what am I seeing about it, but haven't taken maybe action towards it yet? And with these two elements, to slowly, with the Knight of Pentacles, see, it's slowly, to slowly start taking action towards these two elements. And so know that your emotions and your tears are showing you something. They are trying to alert you to something. Something may not be healed. Something may be hurting you because you believe you can't do otherwise. And maybe if you learn how to navigate it, you won't cry through it anymore. You won't be upset about it anymore. And so you're being asked to focus, to shift your focus from feeling bad and perhaps wanting to either take revenge or wanting to be saved or wanting to whatever else, and to start shifting your focus on how you can take action towards it by noticing the things that you usually don't notice, maybe about yourself or about the situation. And how can you open your eyes towards it to take action? Now, I bet you're asking, what is it that I'm not seeing? Because you're not seeing it. So how can I advise you to focus and to see if you're not seeing it? Maybe it's time for some cards. Hold on. Where is your deck? There we go. Let's ask for pile, and I see this one moving, so I'm going to take it. Thank you. Obviously, thank you so much. So, what are you not seeing that you're advised to open your eyes towards? 8 of Cups. And the Hermit. Look at that, my dear pile number 2. What you are advised to open up your eyes towards has to do with you feeling helpless. You are not helpless. And although the water or the sea may look intimidating from afar, there's a silver lining here. You only get the power if you decide to do what you're afraid of courageously, even if you feel afraid of it. There, you will find your power. And just like an octopus, you won't only find one way of doing things. You will find many ways of doing what you once thought was impossible. And so, my dear pile number 2, your main advice is that you are not helpless as you think you are at all. Just take a leap of faith courageously towards the very thing that you're afraid of doing. When you're crying, you will realize that you're only crying because you've decided that you can't do anything about it. And maybe you're relying, it could be one of the interpretations, it could be you're relying on something to come and help you, or someone to come and help you, or for someone to do something for you, or for life to do something for you. When in fact, the power is within you. And maybe life has been preventing any type of help so that you get in touch with that power. It's like, okay, hold up everyone, don't come near pile number 2. Pile number 2 is the strongest being here, and they have to discover it for themselves. And so this way, you get up, you face what is intimidating, and you find your power. With that power, you won't only find one way of doing something, you will find many ways of tackling and reaching the goals that you want. It is still the silver lining now towards that challenge. And during the lunar eclipse, I heard popping, I don't know why, but you're moving to the other side. You're definitely moving to the other side. I think these two cards are helping us explain what type of power you're getting. King of Swords and the King of Wands. These are two powerful kings. I see with the King of Wands and the King of Swords, someone who always knows what to do, has the right ideas, very open-minded, strong mind. And as well as that, someone who has the power to apply these strong ideas that they have. Someone so powerful, your magnitude is 10 times stronger than most people. And you will find this strong power once you decide to tap into it. And you can't tap into it without doing what you're most afraid of. Just do it. Really, just do it is the advice. So I think these two cards, like I mentioned, are going to explain the King of Swords and the King of Wands for you. Wow, look at that. Potential waiting to arise. You will find your potential and just inside how strong you are. And what type of, wow, look at that, a message coming in. And what type of power you can bring out if you decide to step into the water. I think two messages here. I think you're meant to take this as a message, for sure. King of Swords and the King of Wands. Third one. And the Ace of Pentacles. See, with the Ace of Pentacles here, you will finally find the internal treasure that you've always been looking for. And that marks the beginning of a new journey in your life, full of potential, as you can see with the chest here, full of prosperity and abundance in the direction that you really hope with that type of power here. Two of Wands is in fact a card showing that someone is on the precipice of making a jump start, because the Three of Wands, the next card, is someone who has taken the first step and embarked on their new journey. So my dear pile number 2, this is exactly your advice. Once you start feeling emotional, do note that you're feeling emotional because you may be unconsciously relying on something outside of yourself when the whole power is within yourself. This situation is frustrating you in a kind way, in order for you to stop relying on the outside, because there's a higher power preventing the outside, in order for you to tap into your power and get out there and begin. That's exactly what I see for you, my dear pile number 2. This was such a powerful reading, and I wish you the best of luck. This is truly like a chaotic time with a blessing in disguise. A strong blessing that will shift and shape who you are tomorrow, my dear pile number 2. This is what I see for you in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my 2 productivity books, my dear pile number 2. These books could truly help you out. As I always say, in your journey, the Productivity Handbook, as well as the Productivity e-cookbook, both were done with so much love and so much focus, making sure that whoever reads it makes a big change in their lives, not just in the beginning, but forever. The Productivity Handbook teaches you how to become a productive person right away. It teaches you brilliant techniques on how to become a productive person, tackling even the most intimidating tasks, ideas that will open up your mind and how to approach productivity in a much different way than you have before, resulting in you becoming productive even more day after day. You not just being comfortable with it, but you loving it, because the productivity handbook also teaches you how to have a healthy mindset towards productivity. It's not about suffering, you know, just like everything with suffering, after some point you're just going to drop it. It's not the right way to approach anything. It is a journey that is meant to be enjoyed. If we're here on this realm, in this planet, to build things and to grow, and to do that we have to be disciplined. If we were not going to take this journey slowly and enjoy it, and suffer, just suffer through it, and not learn the right way to do it, how are we expected to go through it? There are challenges, yes, but how we look at these challenges and how we deal with it is definitely not meant to be something that we suffer through. This book is full of jewels on how to help you learn how to go through productivity in such an enjoyable way. It teaches you not to depend on motivation, because motivation, as much as an amazing emotion as it is, it's not always there. It's a feeling that comes and goes. So when it's there, that's wonderful. When it's not, you're not going to waste days on your amazing dreams that your heart is calling out for you to reach for. And so, my dear pile number 2, if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And while you're there, like I mentioned, you might also want to check the productivity e-cookbook. Believe me, it was done with so much care. I've partnered with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in, to bring out 210 recipes of healthy and delicious meals that are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. If you're vegan, there's a vegan version. If not, you can even make use of both ebooks, because there are no duplicates. And so you can enjoy a plethora of meals for not just the year, but for the rest of your lives, that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes. And I paused here as I was talking to you, because I remembered at the very beginning of your reading, I was like, unleash your passion, do something, take action now. So I think as I was talking now, maybe, because it wasn't mentioned during the reading, maybe you're invited to start eating healthier during this time of your life. If you feel that resonates with you, and if you feel that this is something that you want to do, then you might want to check out the productivity e-cookbook as well. You'll find a link to it down in the description box. And my dear pile number 2, thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you the best. Can't wait to watch you blossom. And please update me. I love listening to your stories. And my dear pile number 2, sending you a hug, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful green Aventurine, as well as Mercury. How interesting is that this card came out? So, of course, as you know, we're taking a look at your advice on how to navigate exactly through this Mercury retrograde. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. Let's see what to expect during that time, what energy to expect, what's going on, and how you're advised to go through it. All right. Wow, that's so nice. A lot of greens in your reading. You have serendipity. Pile number 3, I'm so happy. This pile is gonna look so different, I believe. Let's see. All right. You also have energy. Come on, really? Wow. So nice. Okay. You have, looking at this card, in fact, I feel like in your specific pile, you're going to be dealing with the energy of Mercury in retrograde with a pinky finger. You know, when this expression that says, I can do it with my pinky. So I hope I'm saying this right. It's like it's not a big deal for you. To you, so far, it looks like you are moving forward. You're in serendipity. You have a lot of energy. Wow. You're blessed with so much good luck. So nice. Okay, let's see. Let's see the rest of your cards. So far, so good for you, my dear pile number 3. Wow. Totally not expecting this. seems like you're surrounded by so much good luck. You know, the 4-cloved leaf, when there are 4, it's like very rare. Perhaps that's why this pile could be one of you're one of the rare ones that will pass through this time in serendipity. Wow, who knows? Let's take a look. 9 of Pentacles. We're starting off your reading with the 9 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. You have the Knight of Cups. Pile number 3. In Mercury Retrograde? Wow. 3 of Cups. Celebration. You have the 4 of Swords, resting and sleeping. Pile number 3. I mean, watch the reading for the fun of it, I guess. You have the Hierophant. Okay. You have... I see something here. Okay. You have the Page of Pentacles with the Page of Materials. I see you manifesting things. Yes, of course. You have the 5 of Pentacles. And you have, ooh la la, with the Knight of Wands. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. I'm sorry, I saw the sun said Wands. The Knight of Cups. Okay, so mostly very positive. But comes the 5 of Pentacles to warn you about something. I also see something here that you're advised to do. Overall, as you can see, as we've established, this is beautiful energy. You're going to be very prosperous. You're going to get a lot of opportunities with Mercury here. So serendipity and Mercury and the 9 of Pentacles. This could be, I believe, a lot of communication that is prosperous. Things like you're going to get communication with contracts, a lot of phone calls, a lot of communication to move forward. Exactly. Yeah. And you're going to get communication with the Hierophant here from people who are decision makers, people who are in charge, people who have the keys to make things move. All right? So it's going to feel very serendipitous for sure, and you're going to be so excited. And that's what you're advised to do the opposite. Now, here's the thing. With this fast-moving energy, now it's really interesting that I'm saying fast-moving energy because Mercury is in Taurus, and Mercury in Taurus is very slow. But perhaps you're more affected by its conjunction to Uranus, which is erratic energy. So overall, the energy here in your pile, it's translating as you starting your journey in this Mercury retrograde to manifest things that you had in mind. And during that time, you're going to have a lot of erratic or a lot of phone calls asking you, pushing you to move, like, we want this done, we want to employ you, we want to sign a contract with you, we want to make a deal with you, and there's pushing here with a move forward. They're gonna be key people, like people who are in charge, who have power, so you might feel a bit intimidated to push through to get these benefits, right? Now, your advice during that prosperous time is that if you were like pushed to move forward quickly without thinking properly about all of this communication, erratic communication happening for you, and use your intuition properly to see what you like, what you don't like, to take things slowly and not be pushed around, you might lose something later on that you may regret. So it's all in your hands with this 5 of Pentacles. You have trust that you have the power within your hands to slow it down and to do what is right for you. Because this pushing of move forward isn't going to be beneficial either to you or this people in power or these people in power. Because rushing things during a time that is not supposed to be rushed will keep you all stuck in place. It's not good for all of you. So you're doing everyone a favor by not procrastinating, but by resting and taking things slowly. As you take things slowly, to think properly about it and to plan properly, to check your boat before you move and sail, it's going to be prosperous for all sides. All of you are going to celebrate it. So the key thing here, my dear pile number 3, is communication. Don't be pushed by communication. Don't respond back in anger, but at the same time, don't listen to erratic communication that could lead to all of the sides to feel sorry at the end. Maybe they're not realizing that by pushing you, it's not good for them either. So the way to move forward here, my dear pile number 3, with all of these things arising, is to take things slowly. Actually, this part is very close to I Remember pile number 1. It's a different reading, but it has kind of the same energy in nature, which I'm not surprised, because perhaps this is generally the energy of this Mercury in retrograde. It's inviting us to take things slowly, to rest, to do things in a calm way. And although pile 1 and pile 3 are kind of different in their own ways, but they have the same advice at the end of the day. If you're drawn to pile number 1, I would highly recommend that you check it out for sure. You might get even more perspective from their pile on what to do. So yeah, it looks like the things that are arising are of good luck in nature, and all the sides are going to be celebrating this this communication or collaboration that is happening here. As long as you stay true to yourself and you do things the right way. So this energy is saying that if you move quickly, you might not get the results that you want, and it won't push any of you forward. If you take things slowly and to think about it properly, you will find that you'll get the results that you're supposed to get. So that's the first part that we're seeing here with regards to your reading. And with the pinky, like I said, I really feel that all of the things being communicated, these deals or these contracts or these opportunities that are arising, many of them, in fact, they're easy. You can do them with your pinky. You know, things like they're going to be a piece of cake for you if you do it tranquilly. Also, in this Mercury retrograde, you will notice that your energy levels may be a bit low, or much lower, in fact, than usual. You might, I'm hearing in my mind, lethargic, like, of course, that's just to make me understand. It's like you'll find yourself feeling like you have to push yourself to act. And so your advice here during this Mercury retrograde is not to push yourself to get energy, but the advice here is that slow and steady wins the race. You're not meant to push against this energy. You're meant to make use of it by doing what you need to do anyways, slowly but surely. No need to rush, but at the same time, don't let it go. Make sure that you are making small incremental steps consistently to get what you need to do done. Enjoy this calm energy with the Mercury in Taurus, because it is a time of slow movement in general and rest. We can see that. And so enjoy that restful time, but don't let go either. You will find that you are able to create energy to do the things that you need to do, by matching energy and not going against it. And by matching here, I mean, of course, doing what you need to do, but to take it slowly, make sure that you're doing it right and properly. Don't let anyone rush you. Of course, as always, make sure you stick to deadlines and that you do what is necessary, but don't rush yourself internally. Take things easy is what I'm trying to say. Do things at your own pace, but at the same time, of course, make sure you always respect the deadlines. But take things easy is exactly what I want to say. And through that, as you do one step by step, do things step by step by step, you'll accumulate energy, and you will find that you're being assisted through that energy to finish what is necessary. It's kind of like blessed energy. Although it's slow, you'll find it to be full of blessings. You know how in Hinduism they say, may the auspicious be with you. It's like you might not be in full power energetically as you may have been in the last couple of months or years or before, as you will feel in this Mercury retrograde, but continuing to do anyways what you need to do calmly will have a lot of good luck in assisting you to luckily finish what needs to get done. You'll find that luck comes in a lot of ways. You'll find that you won't be facing a lot of challenges, that things are moving tranquilly, the sea is calm, and that you're able to go miles and miles ahead, finishing things. Although you're going maybe at your own pace these days, because there's a lot of luck. Things are just working out for you beautifully. So yeah, make use of that energy, do things calmly, and know that whenever you decide to rush, whether you're rushed by other people or you rushing something hastily, you're going to stay in your place. So don't be stubborn against the energy, which is Taurus, stubborn energy. Don't be stubborn against the energy. If you're pushed, you're gonna feel more stubborn, whether from other people or yourself. But to match the energy by taking it calmly but moving forward. Yeah, most important. That's why you have moving forward. Most important thing is that you're moving forward. That's what counts. This rest that is maybe kind of forced upon you, and maybe everyone, but for you, it's forced on all of us, of course, but I mean for you, it's coming to help you reflect and pause a little bit to think about how to manifest things that maybe you have forgotten about, that are important in your life. So it's like you may have been going in a fast-paced life, and Mercury in retrograde is coming to slow you down. You will find maybe that you're slower than usual. You're not doing things as quickly as you used to be. Things are taking time more than necessary to finish, And I see that this energy is being forced on you, on all of us, but I mean for you in specific, because this slowing down will help you make great realizations. This slowing down will help you think with the Page of Swords how to manifest the important things to you, and maybe even the less important things to you. The things that you didn't have the time to pause and reflect and think on how to achieve, as well as the things that are very important in your life that you're trying to achieve. This slowing down will truly help you to reach your targets in a much smarter way. Just like the bow and the arrow. You know how you move a couple of steps back so that you are able to set your focus on exactly the target, you release and it goes very quickly. That's the type of energy here for you, where you're advised to actually embrace this slowing down. Not that you become late to your time. Mercury in retrograde. I can't even talk anymore. Not that you're not supposed to respect your deadlines, but that slowing down will help you to do what you need to do on time, of course, but to do it calmly. This calmness is what I'm trying to get at, will help you think of things better, plan better, and to realize things that you haven't realized before, and will help you put on target, what is it? Hit the target in the right spot. To put it in the exact direction that it needs to go. And this way, you'll get to your target much faster. So imagine this rest time as exactly a couple of steps back in order to move very quickly in the exact direction that you should be moving towards. And so, just like the bow and arrow, be flexible with how far back you can go to take a better look, an overall look at situations that aren't working in your life. Will be the best time to do that. Like, why isn't this side project working? Or why isn't my nutrition plan working for my health? Or why isn't this program working? Why am I putting all this effort into my work and it's not moving forward? Why this? Why that? This time will be brilliant for you to understand what exactly the hindrances were, will show you how you weren't on target, and will assist you to move your arrow at exactly the right target. And you will see after the retrograde, you'll be moving very fast like a horse towards your exact destination. This time, you know where you're going, exactly how you're going to do it, what were the hindrances and what are the solutions and how to tackle them, how to have time for them, and so on. This Mercury retrograde will be a great time for you to finally reflect and think and solve. And it's kind of like building energy, you know? You're building energy for once, so that once it's over, you can release this energy and things move very quickly. So don't be sad if things take a little bit of time during this Mercury in retrograde. Know that it's all for your own good. Now, one last thing that I'm seeing that's actually really cool for you here in the Mercury during that time. I see this Knight of Cups kind of like scribing, taking a look at water and trying to see through it, scribe, get a message. Also, you have the Hierophant here, which has to do with spirituality. Seeing that your main card is Mercury, which has to do with communication, you're going to have a very unique and magical experience, spiritual experience and communication during this Mercury in retrograde. And during this slowdown, you're going to see something magical. You're going to get a message directed towards you. This could be through a dream, communication happening through a dream. Maybe you're going to dream of one of your ancestors, or you're going to dream of a spirit guide. You're going to have profound communication. Maybe you're going to have someone stop you, maybe in the street, tell you something powerful that you will remember for the rest of your life. Maybe you're going to have a tarot reading that will tell you something, or you might meet a psychic by accident who will tell you something. Do trust that in this Mercury retrograde, you're getting a powerful communication done in a magical way. There's a feather here. There's definitely communication. You will know that it was meant for you. It was a magical experience. You know, we encounter these things like once or twice in our lives. Something is going to happen where you will understand and know that you're being talked to, you're being communicated to. And through that communication, you will find out about something profound. Maybe you will hear a certain prediction about your future, or you may get a key about something you weren't realizing, something you weren't trying to figure out, and it's going to be spoken to you, and you will forever hold that dear and use this advice to your favor forevermore. You will know that it was spoken directly to you. You will know that it's your message, and because it was spoken directly to you, you're going to believe it for the rest of your life. And it's going, whenever things go astray, you will always go back to this message and think, I heard that, it's definitely true, and it will always give you faith. So look out for something like that. There's like a powerful communication reaching you during that time. And it's amazing how during the Mercury Retrograde readings, we get to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. We get to see what may not go right, what type of energy may be challenging, how to deal with it, and also the blessings that are coming with it. So, my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see for you on what's happening during your Mercury retrograde and what you're advised to do. I wish you the best of luck from my heart. May you navigate it in a beautiful way and get so many blessings out of it and learn and grow. And so, this was your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my 2 productivity books. The Productivity Handbook teaches you how to become a productive person right away as soon as you finish this book. It's full of ideas and brilliant techniques on how to approach productivity and tackle even the most intimidating tasks. You will love the ideas in there. They will help you to continuously be productive even during the days where you don't feel like it, because as I always say, and as you will learn through this book, it teaches you how to have a healthy mindset. And so you won't be depending on motivation, because motivation is a beautiful feeling, but it's a feeling that comes and goes. And when it's there, it's wonderful. When it's not, you're still going to go and move forward towards achieving the things that are important to you. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And while you're there, you might be interested as well to check out the Productivity e-cookbook. This book was done with so much love. I partnered with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in for you guys to bring out 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. You will find that in this book, it has clear nutritional values. It has clear instructions on what to do, whether you're a good cook or not, a clear picture of what to expect, ingredients, carefully presented. The navigation system you will find is a breeze. Once you set out on something that you want to check out, you click on it, it takes you straight to that page. It has lunch, breakfast, dinner, desserts, salads, smoothies, you name it. It has it all. And also, if you're vegan, there's a vegan version. If not, you can always make use of both ebooks. There are no duplicate recipes, and this way you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to choose from, perhaps even for the rest of your life. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this e-cookbook down in the description box as well. And my dear pile number 3, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm wishing you the best with this abundance and serendipity. And pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.